Weekend is here, so am I with a brand new video. Hey guys, this is Vimal here and welcome back to another video on my channel. So you guys know, right, we have the RTX 3080 in the house and there was no way I'd be just sitting idle doing nothing with that. See, I wanted to build an amazing gaming PC using that RTX 3080 and let me tell you, this one is going to be our first build using 3080. So I wanted it to be like epic, guys, because you also like really expect a lot, right, when you're using 3080. I wanted to make an amazing gaming PC in terms of both looks and performance. So that is what I'll be doing exactly in this video, guys. I'll be using all top-notch premium and most powerful components and try to make this epic gaming PC in this video. So let me tell you about the components that I'll be using for this build. See, we are using an RTX 3080, guys. It's a monster gaming GPU made for 4K. So there was no way I'd settle for anything less than an i9. So I'm using Intel's new 10th gen i9 10900K CPU, which is currently the fastest gaming CPU in the market, guys. Now there are some half-knowledge people out there watching my video. So what I've seen is these people were commenting in my previous videos saying that this is not the fastest CPU, Vimal. So let me tell you, first of all, know the difference between fastest and powerful. Both are different, guys. Here I'm talking about fastest. Fastest, I'm talking in terms of clock speeds, guys. See, Intel's i9 can hit 5.3 GHz clock frequency out of the box. There is no other gaming CPU in the market that can do that. So first get that in your mind. So anyways, coming back, guys, so I'm using Intel's i9 10900K. This is a 10-core 20-thread monster gaming CPU with a base clock frequency of 3.7 GHz and a max turbo boost frequency of up to 5.3 GHz. See, when certain conditions are met, right, Intel automatically like kicks in this new technology called as thermal velocity boost, and that will overclock the CPU to 5.3 GHz. And there's also like 20 MB of cache, Intel Smart Cache on it. And if you ask about the other features, it's got integrated Wi-Fi 6 as well and supports DDR4 RAMs up to 2933 MHz. And one more thing, it's like very easy to overclock these Intel 10th gen CPUs also. See, you don't need to go into the BIOS also. Intel provides their own overclocking software by the name Intel Extreme Tuning Utility. It's a very user-friendly and very simple to use software that anybody can install and easily overclock both the Intel core clock frequencies as well as memory clock frequencies. So if you actually want me to make a video on that, I'll make a separate overclocking tutorial video as well. Just let me know in the comment section down below. So that was about the CPU. Now keeping that aside, see, for the new 10th gen CPUs, you have to use a new Z490 motherboard only because it comes with a new LGA 1200 socket, right? So I am using a Z490 motherboard from ASUS, and the model that I'm using is the Tough Gaming Z490 plus Wi-Fi edition. You can see that right over here. See, there are a couple of reasons why I'm actually using this motherboard. First thing is, it offers great value for money, offers a lot of features, useful features for that price point. See, whenever you're purchasing a motherboard, guys, the power solution, the power stage on it is very crucial. On this, you've got a 12+2 power stages that efficiently transfer the power to the CPU, to bring out the best possible performance out of these 10th gen CPUs. And second thing, it's got like great build quality. See, it's a tough gaming grade motherboard, right? So you've got all military standard tough components used on it, and it's got like heavy chunky VRM heatsinks also. And not only that, it's got like a 6-layer high quality PCB used on it. So very nice build quality, and along with that, it's got next gen connectivity features. Like you've got on-board Wi-Fi 6 as well as Bluetooth, and not only that, Thunderbolt 3.0 support as well, guys. So great for productivity work as well. And one more thing I'd like to mention about this motherboard is about the audio section, guys. See, ASUS and DTS have collaborated and made a custom gaming audio. So you're going to get some next level gaming audio experience when you're using headphones on this motherboard. So that is also one thing I wanted to let you know. So these are some features that made me choose this motherboard for this build. Now what else is left? If you ask about the AIO, well, you can see I'm using the Castle 360 EX AIO, RGB AIO from Gamerstorm. See, it's a very good cooler, guys. I initially thought of using a 280mm, but again, see, I told you this was an epic gaming PC build, right? So that's why I wanted to go all out and use a 360mm AIO. And what else is left? Yeah, coming to the RAM, I'm using 32 gigs of RAM from T-Force. This is the Tough Gaming Alliance Edition RGB RAM, clocked at 3200 MHz. And lastly, if you talk about the power supply and the case over here is special. I'm using a brand new PC case from Corsair. This is a recently launched 4000X series RGB gaming case, guys. It's a mid-tower RTX case, and let me tell you, it offers like really beautiful looks as well as thermal performance. You'll get to see that at a later part in the video. And lastly, if you ask about the power supply, see, RTX 3000 series graphic cards require a minimum of 750 watt power supply, guys. But to be on the safe side, because I do a bit of overclocking and testing and all that stuff, right? So I've decided to use a 850 watt power supply, and this one I'm using is from ROG. You can see that over here. I'm using their Thor 850 watt platinum rated power supply, which also comes with a beautiful OLED display. Well, these are the components that I'll be using for our epic 3080 build, guys. I'm like super hyped to build and show you the end result of this PC, like how it looks like and what sort of performance it offers. So let's quickly get started. Building this PC is going to be like really fun, guys, because as I've told you, this is our first RTX 3080 build, and I want to make sure that you guys will be like very satisfied with the end result. So here's our Intel's 10th gen i9, the 10900K. First step we need to do over here is install this CPU on the Z490 board. The tough Z490 board comes with a new LGA 1200 socket featuring enhanced 12+2 power state solution with high efficiency to bring out the max performance out of these Intel 10th gen CPUs. So install the processor like this and pull down the lever to lock the CPU in its place. And that's it, we are done with the first step. Now moving on, let's install the RAM. So here's our T-Force Tough Gaming Alliance RAM. Each of them is 16 GB, so we are going with 32 gigs of total RAM for this build. Install these RAM sticks in the primary RAM slots marked with asterisks. Just open the lever, check for the direction, and push them gently until the lever locks itself. And that's it, we're all done with the installation of the RAM. Now let's put the board in the cabinet. But before that, don't forget to install the I/O shield. It's a simple snap-on like attachment, so push it like this and fix it in the body. Now bring the tough Z490 board and fix it in the case. Align it such that all the screw holes on it match with the spacers on the cabinet. Once that is done, take some hardware screws that you get with your case and start fixing the board. See, one good thing I have to mention over here about the tough Z490 is it offers next-gen connectivity features and ports. There's a Thunderbolt 3 header on it which can be like very helpful for productive works, and also offers a lot of RGB headers as well. One ARGB Gen 2 and two RGB headers, so you can easily connect and sync all your RGB accessories. Now that we are done with the motherboard, time to install the liquid cooler. As you can see, I've already fixed the radiator on the front side using Corsair's RGB fans that came pre-installed in the case. Now we need to fix the AIO pump on top of the CPU. See, always before installing the pump head, make sure to apply some good quality thermal paste on the CPU, like this Deepcool Z3, which is affordable and gets your job done. There you go, I've fixed the AIO pump like this and tightened up all the 4 screws. That's it, guys, very simple. We're done with the liquid cooler installation as well. Now let's install our graphic card, the Tough Gaming RTX 3080 OC Edition. It's a monster GPU that has a 2.7 slot footprint, and let me tell you, you need a decently large sized mid-tower ATX case like this Corsair 4000X. Make sure to check that first only before buying any case, because you don't want to regret later. Lastly, let's install the power supply and the storage. I'm using ROG's Thor 850 watt platinum power supply. Just slide it in the case and fix it using some screws. We won't be using the stock PSU cables here. See, it's a special build, right? So I'm using some custom sleeved cables from Tweaked PC, which I'll be showing you in a moment. And I forgot to mention, here's the storage drive that I'll be using for this build. It's a 256GB PCIe Gen 3 SSD from Astra that offers a transfer speeds of up to 3500 MB per second. It's an Indian brand, guys, that recently hit the market, and I'm like pretty happy using it in my build. We're almost done with the build, so what I'll do is I'll quickly connect all the cables and be right back to continue the video. Okay, I'm back, and here's how our final build looks like. Damn, that looks awesome, right? Look at that neat cable management I've done thanks to those custom sleeved cables from Tweaked PC. Tweaked PC makes some really good quality cables. You have to check out their website. I'll just leave a link to that in the description box below. So this one is a tricolor theme based and features red, white and black color cables. They add a nice contrast to the build and definitely gives an attractive look. Alright, the time has finally come. Let's power on the PC and see how this baby looks like. Oh my god, now that is what I call beautiful. Man, I love that feel. Guys, just look at this. What a beautiful piece of tech this thing is. Just look at those beautiful RGB components. Holy smokes, this is absolutely gorgeous. Especially love the new case from Corsair, the 4000X RGB. It's a mid-tower ATX gaming case that comes with tempered glass panels on both the front and the side to showcase your RGB components in style. And the best part is, on the front side, the case actually offers two dedicated air channels to allow ample amount of air intake. So the end result is the case offers like better thermal performance as well as looks at the same time. And also Deepcool's Castle 360EX is one heck of a beautiful looking AIO. Just have a look at these shots and enjoy the RGB glory. Okay, I know you all are like super excited to see how this build performs, right? So let's directly jump into the gaming benchmarks and performance test. Actually guys, do you remember a few days ago I posted my RTX 3080 gaming benchmarks video? Well, all those benchmarks and gameplays were actually recorded on the same PC featuring Intel's i9-10900K and RTX 3080 from Asus. I've also mentioned about this in that video also. So what I'm doing here is I'll just give you like a brief overview in this video, but would actually suggest you to go there and watch that video for a detailed analysis where I've talked about the GPU performance, thermals, fan noise and all that stuff. Link to that video will be in the card above. Anyways, let's continue. Let's play Doom Eternal and start the benchmarks. We're playing this game at 1080p resolution with the graphics set to ultra quality. Let's see how it goes. Damn guys! Whoa! Are you looking at those frame rates? Holy moly, on an average at ultra graphics we were getting an average frame rate of around 300 frames per second. This is complete madness. The game feels so smooth and fluidic. I love the experience. Buttery smooth gang, where are you? Raise your hands. Make sure to smash that like button on this video. RTX 3080 is a champ in 1080p gaming section, but let me tell you, this thing is actually made for 4K gaming. And Nvidia says that it offers consistent 60 FPS at 4K. Well, we're gonna put that to a test in this video. So let's move on to the next game, which is Control. We'll be playing this game at 4K resolution at max graphics and see how it performs. We'll be playing the game with both ray tracing on and off to see the difference. And right now, as you can see in the first test, ray tracing is off. Let's see how it performs. Control is a very graphic intensive AAA title game, and wow, I'm impressed guys. At 4K max graphics, the tough RTX 3080 was offering an average frame rate of around 55 frames per second. The previous gen RTX 20 series GPU couldn't do that at 4K.
That makes you hum it over and over.
Awesome, gameplay feels pretty smooth so far in 4K. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly toggle ray tracing and set it to highest possible settings, and then we'll check out the performance. This will really push the GPU to its limits. Whoa, by the way, look at those reflections on the floor. That is the magic of ray tracing. But it definitely puts a lot of load on the GPU, and you can already see that impacting the FPS. It dropped from straight 55 to 36 FPS on an average. But still, I'll have to agree the game is very much playable at 4K max graphics, max ray tracing, which the previous 20 series could never do. This is a killer gaming PC guys that'll offer you like a great 4K gaming experience. After playing on this, you can never go back to your old computer. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, time to wrap it up. Let me quickly summarize all the component prices for you. The Intel's i9-10900K costs around 43,000 rupees in India. The Asus TUF Gaming Z490 motherboard costs 19,200, and the T-Force TUF Gaming Alliance 32GB RGB RAM is available for 16,000 rupees in India. If you ask about the AIO, the Gamer Storm's Castle 360EX AIO costs 10,500 and the tough gaming RTX 3080 graphic card is priced at 87,900 rupees in India. Lastly, coming to the case and the power supply, Corsair's new 4000X RGB case is available for 11,500 and the ROG Thor 850W Platinum PSU costs 21,000 rupees in India. So the total budget of this build comes down to 2,09,000 rupees. And let me tell you, this gaming PC will offer you unimaginable level of pleasure which you won't get no matter what you do. Trust me guys, that is for sure. Okay guys, time to wrap it up. I hope you all really enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.